Alright, so sometimes when I do these, they get cut abruptly, but what I was trying to say at the end of the video, which I probably went back and cut it out, is he was like, oh, I thought he was having some mental issues, so I brought him in to be looked at, and what I had said was, calling somebody mental just because they're having issues with something doesn't mean they're really mental. I feel like that's kind of a low blow, and it's almost kind of like rude and insulting. I mean, I understand they care about his well-being, and they really want to make sure if he's really seeing something or if it's not from his mental state, but at the same time, it's like when people use that term, it just rubs me the wrong way.
Alright, very good. Take a sip of water and rest for a bit.
Drink this magical water. So it's apparently she does have an ability that makes people sleep, and I think that's what she gave him. Her
Evaluation complete.
bubble balm bullshit.
I don't find any symptoms pointing to a physical condition.
I see. So do you still believe there's more likely to be an issue with his mind than his body?
I have to assume so for now. Psychological issues are more difficult to detect. At this stage, we can at least confirm that he is in command of his cognitive faculties.
The rumor mill will go crazy before this gets out. Guards, take him to the ward for a period of observation. The Marechaussee Phantom has requested my cooperation on the case, otherwise I'd deal with this myself. Sorry for the trouble, Nurse, but I'll have to leave this to you.
No problem, Your Grace. I'll add him to my observation list.
By the way, we have a couple of guests here who've made the trip just to see you. I imagine it must be important. You probably won't need to add them to your observation list, though.
Oh my god, Risley, really?
Oh, Traveler! Hi, Lily, it's you!
I feel like his jacket is breathing at me.
Hey, Sigewinne! It's actually not that important, but...
We brought those ingredients for your beauty potion.
I'll be in my office if you desperately need me. Goodbye for now.
What is that implying? If you desperately need me. Bro, shut the fuck up.
Okay, bye-bye!
That's why Paimon's like, get out of here, please. I can't do it. That's a double meaning to me. Like, if you desperately need me. Shut the fuck up.
So, Sigewinne.
Anyway, what are you doing?
Would you mind waiting for just a moment? I have another patient to see. Just find an empty bed and take a seat. I won't be long. Oh, sure.
Sigewinne, we've brought him. And he seems to have taken a turn for the worse again.
Okay, don't panic. Let's start by sitting him down here.
Man, she is glowing.
I have no idea how busy it can get for Sigewinne. Maybe now's not the time to ask for her help with skincare.
Patience, Paimon. She'll help us, we just need to wait. In the meantime, we could offer to help her. I mean, we could, but I feel like at the same time, when it comes to medical things and you're not trained in that field, I feel like you'd be more of a nuisance or a distraction than more of a help. But we feel like she's so busy that we want to try to help with what she's doing, but she's probably going to be like, I don't need you. Let's see.
Good point. Besides, it might actually be interesting to observe her at work. Well, this could hurt. So I suggest you take a deep breath first.
Paimon.
Did his face melt? What happened to him?
It's anyone's guess. His face melted off shortly after arriving at the fortress. But since he's a serious offender, he can't be allowed out for medical treatment. Best we can do for now is ask the head nurse to give him something to manage the symptoms. This is gonna be awkward. We still need to bring him to the Marechaussee Phantom for questioning. What if he scares them half to death? Will that be our fault?
Marechaussee Phantom? Does this have something to do with the case Risley's dealing with?
Yep, it was a huge case. They bagged a few dozen crooks in one fell swoop. And this guy's the baddest apple of the bunch. He harmed countless people. And now, it looks like it's all finally catching up with him. You done gawking?
Not yet. I need to check the severity of your ulcers to decide the right dosage. Don't worry. We Melusines have a very different sense of aesthetics from humans. To me, he just looked like a little kitty with slightly scruffy fur, but still just as cute.
Don't patronize me. Do I look like a kid to you? Just give me the meds and let me out of here. I already missed myself.
Hey, lose the attitude. You dare talk back to our head nurse like that again? Your days are numbered.
Oh, it's fine. Okay, I'm going to apply the medication now. Tell me if it hurts, alright? Look how nice Sigewinne's being. And he still talks to her like that? What a nasty piece of work.
Can I leave now?
I don't think that guy gives a flying shit.
Wow, not a peep. What a brave little guy.
The fact that she says that to him after they literally said, he's hurt countless people, but she's treating him like an innocent child. Oh my fucking god.
Thank you, Sigewinne. And I apologize for the trouble.
So, Traveler, Paimon, did you bring the ingredients? We did, but we don't want to interfere or anything. You're busy saving lives here. Oh, don't be silly. I agreed to it, didn't I? Just hand me the ingredients, and I'll make some time to whip it into the improved version for you. Take a rest here if you want. Or, if you're not tired, I hear they're holding a new pancreation tournament in the administration area.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Or alternatively, is there anything we could help you with, Sigewinne?
I wonder if she's saying that because of what I chose earlier. They did change things around in this game to where your choices, I mean, your choices have always mattered, but they're implementing what you said previously into what's happening afterwards, and I think it's interesting. Take it as a token of our gratitude.
That's right! Let us help you out! It's the least we can do! Good point. Kind-hearted humans start to develop guilt if they accept free help from others. Don't worry, I'll take a look at my schedule. I'm sure I can find something to treat this condition. I gotta warn you though, it'll be tiring work. So I suggest you take a break first, then come back and see me when you're ready.
Talk to Sigewinne and melt into the floor. Oh. I was like, where'd she go? I'm gonna sit. Why would I sit facing her? Farina is the ultimate patient in this ward.
We're ready, Sigewinne! What's our first mission?
Go run 50 laps around the fortress of Merivede.
I found the perfect job for the Traveler. First, I'd like you to lie down in this bed.
Oh my god, this is gonna get weird, ain't it? And she's just doing it? Okay.
What for?
Because I'm going to put a syringe of pure death into your bones.
I need you to pretend to be sick.
I don't have to pretend. Anyway. What? Nani?
Is it that difficult? I thought you did a pretty good job last time.
Uh-oh, she remembers me faking during the main story Archon quest where I was like, oh, my stomach! Oh,
so you knew.
Well, she has special eyes. It's believed that the Melazines can tell if somebody is ill just by looking at them. Like they can literally see into your body. And I'm not meaning like when they look at you they see you nude. No, when they look at you they literally see your fucking organs. They literally see into you like an X-ray machine.
I sure did. She was way more interesting than the usual malingering inmates. When you played along very well, Paimon. I observed you two for quite a while after that. Well, this is awkward. But why do you need us to do it again now? No time to explain. My next patient will be here any second. Please just do as I say. You can, pretend like you've got a nasty headache. And throw in some dry heaving for good measure.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Both of us or just me? Man, she looks like she's sleeping peacefully, like I'm caught in a dream that is the world, that is the dream, that is the world, that is me. Do it.
Hey, Doc, it's me. I'm only here because my mom won't stop pestering me about it. So annoying.
That cough sounded more like a man than a little kid, but alright.
Your mom has enough on her plate with a busy job. The last thing she needs is to worry about you being sick as well.
I know. I shouldn't treat the place like a playground. Shouldn't go swimming in the lower levels where we join up with the sea, because it'll give me a cold and distract her from her work. I thought I'd be able to have some fun here at the fortress for a few days, but it's always, don't do this, and don't do that.
Alright, sit yourself down and I'll take your temperature. You're fever still hasn't gone down. Well, here's your medicine. 1 cup for starters, and we'll see if it helps.
But Doc, it's so bitter. Do I really have to drink it?
Staring in my soul.
I mean, I'll be fine, right? I've got an uncle who caught a cold. His fever went away on its own after a couple days.
No, it's because adults are different than children, my dear. What adults can get over doesn't mean a child can. I'm gonna hit you with that facts right now.
Can't you just write me a note saying I'm on the mend? I just need something to keep my mom off my case.
She's like, nah, I ain't doing that shit.
I sure can. You're a very brave boy after all.
What is happening?
Huh? Brave? What makes you say that?
Well, if you want to rely on your own immune system to clear up your fever, well, then you'll have to tough it out like this young lady.
That.
Hang in there, Traveler! Are you gonna puke? I can get you a paper bag!
Huh?
As long as you're tough enough to get through the nausea and dizziness caused by the high fever, you'll be right as rain after just a few days' rest.
And if I'm not tough enough?
You die.
Hey! Wake up! Put it this way. At least you'll never have to see the doctor again, right?
I think maybe I'll take that medicine after all, if that's okay.
Oh, of course. Here, it's still warm.
It's so bitter.
What was that sound effect? What the fuck was that?
All done. Great job, you two.
What the fuck was that? Oh! That was like some dumb sound effect from like the Looney Tunes or something when a character is running. So like some fucking wet pitter patterings when that was him supposed to be drinking and then him running away, but it was like not queued up right and it sounded really ridiculous. It sounded like somebody slapping a wet spoon on something repetitively.
That kid really doesn't know what's good for him. His mother's a guard here. She's been working back-to-back shifts lately, but unfortunately his father's away on a business trip right now. She had no choice but to bring her son here for the time being.
Like what it sounded like. Have you ever heard when people tap their fingers really quickly on against like a desk or something and it makes that fucking pitter-pattering sound? Like that's what it sounded like, but like it was worse than that.
He was quite happy at first. He seemed to think that the Fortress of Mirrorpede would be all fun and games. So you mean it's put on that act just to scare a kid into taking his medicine? That's a pretty sneaky trick. Seems like there's a whole side to Sigewinne we never knew about.
I never knew.
It's a technique I learned from my teacher.
Here we go.
Oh, you had a teacher? Was she a Melazine doctor too?
She was a human.
She was human. She passed away a long time ago.
I literally just said that.
Oh, sorry.
At the beginning of the last video, I talked about why she looks like the way she does, because I seen a short skit video on YouTube of somebody saying, oh, does she look like that because she's like a half-breed, like a human slept with a Melazine, or something like that. But it turns out that no. Her human teacher dissolved herself in primordial waters and turned herself into a potion, and I guess Sigewinne, wanting to save her childhood friend, went to a witch and drank a potion, and then that witch said, if you drink this, it'll turn your appearance into a human. Like, you'll get a human face and human limbs. That the rest of you won't change. And I guess she did it to save her friend, but then she didn't realize till afterwards what was in the potion that she had drank, and it turned out to be, like, her teacher's, like, remnants. I don't really know the exact term I'm going for her, like remains, and she had no idea.
Oh, it's fine. I really liked my teacher, so it's always nice when I get to talk about her with other people. She was a traveling doctor, and since she didn't have a clinic, she'd go out and visit her patients wherever they were. Dealing with the badly behaved ones was her specialty. She used to say, if if you can scare the little brats into taking their medicine, you won't have to hear them wailing and screeching when their condition gets worse.
She sounds like a pretty strict teacher.
Strict? That's not how my teacher saw it. She thought of herself as terrifying to kids.
Strange way for a doctor to describe themselves. Now Paimon's curious to know what she looked like.
Like her.
As it happens, I actually have a picture of her.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah, okay, that'll terrify the kids.
Yeah. All the children she treated thought she was a witch.
Oh, I think I'm getting it now. She was, but wait, no.
Why does it almost sound like you're envious of her?
Oh, because I am. If she was here, all the children would take their medicine without any need for tricks.
A doctor who looks like a witch. True, they wouldn't dare try anything funny with her around.
Me, on the other hand, it's hopeless. Children aren't afraid of me at all.
That's actually a good thing, you know?
My next patient should be arriving now. Would you mind lending me a hand again?
Oh God.
Sure thing! On to the next mission!
What do you want me to do? A dozen or so patients later, Sigewinne is finally done with her work for the day.
Is it nighttime already? That flew by. You really have a busy job, Sigewinne.
Well, thanks to you two, it was much easier today.
Aww.
Glad we could help.
Should we get some rest? It's getting pretty late.
There is one last thing. I have to keep it confidential, so I usually leave it till after everyone's clocked out.
Confidential? Are you sure you can tell us?
It's fine. You're not living here anymore, so it's okay if you know. All it is I have to prepare some ingredients to make healthy meals with.
Wait, you mean those healthy meals?
The ones that magically appear on the third day.
My patients refuse to eat any healthy meals I prepare in front of them. So I have to put the ingredients in secret, then let the chef at the coupon cafeteria handle the rest.
Considering even the chef's version makes people uneasy, it really makes you wonder what's in it.
You want to find out? I can teach you how to make it. That way, if you ever suffer from exhaustion on your future travels, you can prepare a healthy meal for yourself. It's really good for you, you know.
Oh my God.
Sure? Guess we can help out one more time.
The ingredients are ready. Now, put them on the table and add them in the order I tell you. First, we add this special slime condensate. Stir thoroughly, then pour it in. See that? It adds elasticity. It looks just like tasty jelly, doesn't it?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it really does. Until you remember it's slime condensate.
Next up, xenochromatic crystals. You want to crush them up into a fine powder, like powdered sugar.
Wait, she's moving. Let me break my back. Let me break my chest. Let me break everything and leave the rest.
Wait, are those from Fontar Averins? Are you sure they're edible?
Just put it in your mouth, Paimon.
Finally, we'll need some high-protein meat. Frogs are an excellent choice. You just need to clean their innards, and then you're left with some lovely tender meat.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh! Frogs!
And we're done. All that's left now is to pack them into lunch boxes and hand them to Walsey. Yesterday in the production zone, I noticed an inmate who's been working for 2 days straight. That means it's a healthy meal for him tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Sigewinne really does have the inmate's best interests at heart.
My cat's at my feet. She wants me to pet her, but I can't reach down. I can't reach down. Damn, arthritis in my spine won't let me. Let's go down. Yep. Yep. Do I have to go all the way to his office? Because I can just do this. Oh, God.
Ah, head nurse. Got some extras for me?
Yeah, take this bullshit.
Just the one today. The serial number's on the lid.
Oh God.
Sounds good. I'll make sure it gets delivered.
This is awkward.
Sounds like they're talking in code. Thanks for your help.
Morse code. The more you know.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. I only wish I could do more. You work so hard for all our sakes. I'd happily lose a little sleep if it meant helping you out.
That won't do. If you reduce your sleeping hours any further, your health will start to suffer.
Yeah, no shit.
All right. Nurse's orders. I'll do as I'm told. But you take care of yourself too.
Well, I'm done with work for today. Thanks for helping out, you two. Seems like the guards and staff here have a lot of respect for you, Sigewinne. In just one day of helping you with your work, it feels like we've done a lot for the fortress.
Head nurse, please, wait. I'm sorry to disturb you this late at night, but I think you'll agree. This is urgent.
Oh God.
Okay, just relax and catch your breath. What's the matter?
The guy with the melting face, he escaped.
The guard at the observation ward, Odilon, he told me to pass on a message to you. One of the inmates there, the guy suffering from possible hallucinations, well, he seems to have made a sudden recovery, and now he wants to apply for permission to leave the ward.
Oh, already? You were right to tell me. I'll have to examine him and make sure he's well before we discharge him. Looks like we've got one job as medical assistants left. We'll come with you.
Damn it, after I drop down all this way, I need to find another elevator to get me back up. Well, you know what? I don't need to do that. We can, Scar. I need you to get up there. Think you can do that? He's like, watch this shit. Scar, what the fuck? Sometimes he just doesn't. You try to make him go up and he don't. Don't moan in my fucking ear. What are you doing? Oh my God. Please. What the It's much louder to me than it is you, so oh God. Like, it's super loud.
Head nurse, you're finally here. I'm so sorry for all the trouble I've caused you, but I believe I've now made a full recovery. After giving it some thought, I'm sure that I was probably just seeing things. It's stress-related, I imagine. I'd been working long hours, so I definitely wasn't in the best state of mind.
I totally understand. Still, I have to give you an examination before I can discharge you, okay? So, take a deep breath and don't be nervous. It'll be the exact same procedure as we did this morning. We can start whenever you're ready.
Wait, the guy whose face melted, is he like taking other people's faces? And that's why he's able to hide his appearance, because he can just be who he wants to be? And maybe that guy, when he thought he saw himself, is because he saw him? Because if you noticed, they covered only half his face and showed his eye, which was purple, and I think it's the same color as this guy's eyes.
Again, so sorry. I was in such a state this morning, I barely recall anything. Would you mind taking me through it again?
Or maybe this is the face melting guy.
Oh, not at all. It's a lot to remember. First up, we have a little cognitive test. Just concentrate and you'll be fine. To start with, which finger am I holding up?
Your pinky.
Under Sigewinne's guidance, Air quickly completes the full series of tests.
All indicators seem normal. So it was a stress-induced hallucination after all?
I think there's more to it than that.
Well, we've certainly had previous cases of mental illness caused by overwork, which is why I carefully observe everyone in the production zone. I wonder how I managed to miss the signs this time.
Please, head nurse, you shouldn't blame yourself. I'm just still adapting, that's all. Pushed myself too hard, and I guess I couldn't take it.
Well, now that I know, I think his eyes are more blue. The other guy's was purple. Maybe I was wrong.
Thanks for looking after me. I'll be as good as new after a good night's sleep. And if you can give me the okay, I know I'll sleep better back in my good old dorm.
It can be difficult to relax in an unfamiliar environment. Alright then, you can leave the ward. I suggest you take 2 days off to focus on your recovery. I'll take you off to observationist for now. So, you're officially discharged.
Great. I can't thank you enough, nurse.
Look at that look on his face, bro. Like, that's mischievous. Like, ha, I got to get out of here.
Mr. Odilon, could you escort him back?
Of course. I'm on guard duty in the administrative area tonight, so nothing will go wrong. You have my word.
Something feels weird here.
Guess you're finally done for the day now, huh?
No.
Yep. Oh, but I still haven't gotten around to making that approved lotion for you yet.
It's a lotion? Huh.
Oh, no rush! Seriously, it's super late now. You should go get some rest too.
Not gonna happen.
Well, tomorrow it is then. Good night, Traveler. Good night, Paimon. Hope you sleep well. Oh, don't you worry. We will. After a productive day of work, we're both gonna sleep like a log.
Yeah, good night.
Yeah, sleep tight, Sigewinne. See you tomorrow.
Buenas noches. I'm gonna lose my shit.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Wait until the next day, okay. Switcheroo, watch it be like, this guy's like, I'm gonna lose my shit. BD. Kazuha is becoming one with the wall. Observe. My cat's stretching out on the floor in front of me and it looks funny.
I really did sleep like a log. Let's go find Sigewinne.
Staring into my soul, what are you doing?
Time to go.
Oh my god. It's lower. What the?
Oh, how's the infirmary even busier than yesterday?
It's the melting face dude again.
Good morning, Traveler Paimon. I have a few people here for a checkup, so you might need to wait for a while. No problem. Anything we can do to help? There's a bit of a complicated situation here. I'm still getting to the bottom of it myself.
You have to believe me. I'm telling the truth.
He eye waved him.
You're in a medical facility. Keep it down.
Please, listen to me. I'm not Gaston. I'm Louis.
Oh, it's a face swapper.
You're a horrible liar, you know that? We get all your mugshots with the arrest warrants. It's clear as day that you're Gascon.
Gascoigne returning the Bloodborne.
You mean because of the way I look? I don't know what happened. I just woke up like this. Then you guys dragged me in here for an interrogation.
I brought you here to figure out what's going on. If you truly are the victim of an injustice, yelling isn't going to achieve anything. At most, it'll delay your unification.
All right. I get it.
This is nuts. Yesterday's interrogations went fine. And now this.
Morning, Your Grace. What's going on?
Remember the case I mentioned yesterday? The one brought to me by the Marechaussee Phantom? Well, we've been questioning the inmates involved this morning. Every single one of them is claiming mistaken identity.
Huh. That's even weirder than what that guy was saying yesterday.
The thing is, none of them have been able to provide any evidence whatsoever to support their claims. Questioning them further got us nowhere, so for now, we've brought them to the infirmary.
And we thought yesterday was as busy as it got for Sigewinne.
We've compiled their statements. Have a look. Perhaps there's something we missed.
Jesus is getting dire all of a sudden. Patin. Who's this Patin? I'm Honore. I had applied to go out and see a doctor, but when I woke up I was in another cell. Unbelievable. Gascon, I'm Hillary. Today should have been the final day of my sentence. I should have gone free. What gives? So, Anneri. I'm Eric. Why does stuff like this always happen to me? Now, there's no way my release papers are getting squared away today. Lazare, my name is Odilon. I'm a guard. I think I was attacked. This isn't me at all. Yeah, we met Odilon yesterday. And he's like, I'm in the blank ward for on duty tonight. I kind of felt that remember when I said something is off? And the way he said specifically, I'm on duty. And when he walked away, I thought something was awkward about that. Is it Lazare or Lazare?
Wait.
We remember one of the names.
Release? Interesting. The inmates they spoke of in their statements appear to all be due for release today.
I noticed that too. If that's their plan, they're underestimating us a little. Every serious offender claims that there's someone else who just so happens to be due for release today. And they're expecting us to go along with that.
All the more reason to be cautious. Lumbazar, check the release list for today and make sure no one gets processed. We're gonna need an excuse, though. Just say we're out of forms, and that we're furiously printing more as we speak.
I'm on it.
It's conceivable that our group of serious offenders somehow found a way to switch places with inmates who are about to be released, so they can walk out right under our noses.
We did consider that possibility. But I mean, just look at them. They match the warrants, period. How could there have been a switch?
Only if they're dead ringers for the inmates due for release, I suppose. I gave you that name list yesterday to assist in your investigation. Did that help?
Yes, the inmates' mugshots were attached to the list. The first thing I did was check for lookalikes, and I didn't find any. The only other thing that stands out to me is that their voices sound a little different today. But it's not exactly hard to put on a fake voice.
Oh, really? What does our head nurse make of all of this?
Yeah, you might be able to change your appearance, but you can never change your voice.
Give me a moment. I think I have a way to confirm whether there's been a switch. I know, it's not time to change your dressing yet, but please bear with me. Huh? Isn't that the guy from yesterday? This should be Honoré. He has very severe facial ulcers, which require an operation in the hospital at the Port of Fontaine. I authorized him to leave the fortress for medical treatment under guarded escort.
Yes, like I told you. I'm not Putnam. I'm Honoré.
So there has been a swap. Well, I can see what happened in Potton's case. But how do you explain the other inmates? You're not telling me their souls switched bodies, are you?
Well, stuff like that in this game is possible and has happened before. How Nahida entered our body. Soul swapping is possible. Also, the whole I'm attached to your mind, only you can see me, but others can't see me thing is also in this game, because when we touched that one girl who was like a worshiper follower of Skara, when we touched her, we were able to see him through her, and he was like attacking us in our mind. Like Paimon couldn't see him in front of me, but I could clearly see him and she couldn't, which means he could have attacked me and Paimon wouldn't have been able to do anything about it because only I could see him, and only I could physically see him and feel him. She couldn't. And something about that bothers me. Like, I could physically see and feel him, but she could not, and she was standing in the same damn room as me. Holy shit. Hope they reuse that in the game again later. It's an interesting concept.
No, I believe it was their faces that got switched. The method is a bit like replacing a tooth. Take the bad tooth out, put a false one in. And actually, I think I can prove it to you.
The melting face dude.
Traveler, Paimon, do you remember Eric from the other day? Yeah, sure do. Then you can be my witnesses. To start with, please fetch the inmate who claims to be Eric.
Okay. What?
Looks like our head nurse is relying on you for this one. Thanks in advance.
Man, do your legs ever hurt from wearing those fucking boots like that? Those are like, I'm gonna run up and kick you square in the face kind of boots.
How could they switch without me noticing?
What the heck is going on?
Space magic. I want to talk to all of them and see what they say. Wait.
So, you're Eric?
I talked to him on a whim. Are you telling me I got it right?
Yes, head nurse. It's me. You do believe me, right?
What? I just wanted to talk to all of them to see what they said. I didn't know he was the right one. But I did read their names, so...
I need to do another examination on you. Same procedure as yesterday.
Alright. It's the cognition test first, right? So I need to concentrate.
Now, try to recall if you can. The last time we did this test, which finger did I hold up?
It was her right index finger.
I believe it was... your index finger.
Because last time she held up her pinky.
But that means...
There's two Erics. It wasn't the same person.
So basically, last night, the Eric who said he saw another him suddenly recovered and applied to leave the observation ward. Sigewinne did another test before letting him leave, but that time, she held up her pinky finger.
I don't know about any test last night. There was nothing to do in the observation ward, so I went straight to bed. Then I somehow woke up in a high-security cell.
Well, in that case, there is a reasonable explanation for the strange events of the past 2 days.
So, what exactly happened?
Every time you hear this song, it's the investigation music, like, I knew what happened. Here's the evidence. I'm so cool.
The gang of serious offenders wanted to break out of prison, so they identified a group of scapegoats, namely inmates whose terms were almost up, and planned to switch appearances with them. Last night, when Odilon was on duty, they ambushed him and had one of their groups switch appearances with him using their face-swapping method. That allowed them to avoid scrutiny from the other guards. Then, once all the other inmates were asleep, Odilon spent his night shift carrying out the remainder of their switcheroo plan. However, they made one mistake. Henri changed his appearance to match Eric's earlier than he should have done, and ended up being spotted by the real Eric.
Yeah.
Real Eric came to the guards for help, but we didn't know then what we know now. So we put it down to hallucination and sent him to the observation ward. However, since one of the gang members was posing as a guard, they simply changed real Eric's appearance and had their Eric take his place, muddying the waters even further.
Right, because I put Eric on the observation list by then, and no inmates on that list can be processed for departure until I discharge them.
Hence why the imposters had to pull that little stunt to get fake Eric off the list.
Yeah, it all makes sense now! The Duke cracked the case!
Well, Risley seems like a smart man. He seems really strong and reliable, and I honestly think I would trust him with my life if I had to. Like, he seems like somebody I could really depend on. And I like that in a man. Somebody who I know if I fall, he's gonna catch me.
Well, I can't fault the reasoning. But I'm afraid that we ruled out the possibility of face switching very early on in this process.
Criminals altering their facial appearance to commit crimes is nothing new. In fact, one of the explicit duties of the Melusines in the Marechaussee Phantom is to identify criminals in disguise. We carefully examined all the suspects, and there is no evidence that any means of disguise were used in this case.
Well then, how do we explain all this?
So far, it seems more likely that the gang stole documentation belonging to the inmates due for release, and are using that to commit identity fraud.
Actually, there is a potion that can completely change someone's appearance. If they use that, even a Melusine wouldn't be able to detect it.
Because that's what she did.
A shape-shifting potion?
Huh.
Forgive me, head nurse, but this is the first time I'm hearing about it. If such a potion truly existed, it would jeopardize our entire investigative process at the Marechaussee Phantom. Are you certain of this?
She's living proof of it, bro.
Yes, I am.
But
Please trust me in my professional opinion as an experienced clinician.
At the same time, without any solid evidence, it's pure speculation. If we can round up all the inmates suspected of switching places, then have a little talk with both sides, we might just get our answer. Yep. Let's do that.
okay. Well, it was our negligence that meant we had to come and conduct these post-internment interrogations. And I know it's put you out. We'll do it your way.
Your Grace, bad news. I paused the releases like you asked, but we were too late. A bunch of people already got processed 2 hours ago. I checked the list, and sure enough, it's all the people who gave statements.
2 hours ago? That's before today's interrogations began. They had this all planned out.
So there really was a switch after all. They really pulled the wool over our eyes on this one.
We should be able to catch up with them if we leave now, right?
Not if that potion is real. They can just switch faces again after leaving the fortress. And if the Marechaussées Melusines can't even spot them, we wouldn't know where to start searching.
Yikes! So we're in a complete dead end!
Actually,
Well, technically there is one more lead we could follow up on. We were only able to arrest this gang thanks to the help of a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute. I believe his name is Rawat.
Oh?
he's the guy who made the potion. Remember how he said this only works on Fontanians? Because if they used it on their skin, watch it give like a special glow or some shit.
What? Isn't that the handsome guy who made that skincare promotion?
Handsome? Maybe from a human point of view. I just remember that he specialized in potions.
Yeah, because Melusines can see their true appearance.
One of the crimes this gang is charged with is the manufacture and sale of illicit drugs. According to Mr. Rawat, they appear to have stolen technology he developed through his research and used it in their operation. At first, he thought it was a typical case of intellectual property infringement, and he tried to negotiate with them. But once he discovered their criminal operation, he reported them to the authorities. Thanks to his report, we were able to swoop in and arrest them all in one go.
What a hero! But that took courage on his part.
No doubt. This is worth following up on. As the one who snitched on them, it's highly likely that Rawat will be targeted by the escapees. That aside, since he's negotiated with them in person before, there's a chance he'll have some additional information for us.
Understood, Your Grace. My team and I will head to the Fontaine Research Institute right away. In the meantime, please keep an eye on the face switch victims for us.
Of course.
Miss Morgan, I'd like to come along and help you catch these criminals.
Huh? Why's that?
Well, I'm the one who discharged the fake Eric last night, so I feel partly responsible.
Don't say that, head nurse. Your focus was on the inmates' health, and rightly so. We can't ask you to help with arresting criminals. That's our duty.
I also have a more personal reason. Cotton is a patient of mine, and if I don't get a new batch of medicine to him in time, his condition will get much worse.
Look, head nurse, I completely understand where you're coming from. But arresting criminals is dangerous business. And if anything happened to you, none of us can afford to take on that responsibility.
Because Nebula would come for their asses.
Don't worry, I can defend myself just fine.
You say that, but still.
If I may, Miss Morgan, Sigewinne is the one who raised the potion hypothesis, and I'm sure she has far more expertise on the topic than your team. My suggestion would be to bring her with you, and if you really are worried for her safety, then...
Yes? Pam and I are coming along anyway.
Ah, there you go, right on cue. Knew I could count on you.
You're gonna owe me later for this.
Okay. Well, since this plan has the Duke's blessing, far be it from me to refuse. We should head off immediately. Time is of the essence.
I like how they just don't refuse anything Risley says. He could be like, bring me a fucking Danish and a cup of coffee, and I'd be like, got it. Fucking beginner's protector. Throw that in the fucking trash. Oh. I don't know why I did that. My cat. She's like doing a whole stretch out. Like she's trying to get comfortable on the floor. Why is this? Oh. Oh, it locks on me sometimes. What the fuck? Woo.
Greetings. Sorry to impose, but I'm afraid we're here on urgent business. And we're gonna need you to cooperate.
Oh, his face looks different. Remember how he had like blue hair and a young face? Look at him now.
The Marsh is a phantom. Let me guess, you're investigating some more illegal research?
Or maybe it's not him.
Not this time, no. We're looking for a researcher. Do you know where we might find Mr. Rawat?
What? Oh yeah, Mr. Handsome, right? He actually doesn't work on site very often. There's a handful of researchers in the nearby area who know him pretty well, though. You can see what they know.
Just a handful? I figured he'd be the most popular guy around.
Well, I guess you could say he's popular, at least on a superficial level. He's blessed with good looks, so he tends to make a good first impression on people.
Watch it turn out that that guy stole the face of somebody else.
But in all his time here at the Fontaine Research Institute, I don't think he's ever had a single deep conversation about his research with his peers. That's no way to make real friends around here.
That's so weird. He definitely didn't come across like a recluse at that product promotion. Oh, I don't find that weird at all. He definitely didn't strike me as the kind of guy who's good at making friends. Really? I couldn't tell. Must be a nosy perception thing.
Okay, we should talk with his acquaintances. But we also need to check the Research Institute for any clues. Let's split up. It'll save us some time.
Sure thing. We'll go ask around among the other researchers with Sigewinne. I'm suddenly kind of curious to know what everyone really thinks of him.
He's like, he's a piece of shit. Watch it be that everybody's like, oh, he didn't used to look like that, you know. Why is it saying lower? How could it possibly be? Oh. Audrey, do you want to stop writing a book about that bird and look at me for a sec? That you have the same eyes as the bird and it's getting weird.
Excuse us, are you Audrey?
Are you Audrey?
That's me. What is it?
Are you close friends with Rawat? We're trying to find out where he is.
Close friends? You mean because I told him I had feelings for him once? I doubt I'm the first or last at the Institute to make that mistake. Why would you single me out as a close friend? I should have known, really. Men like him, they just enjoy being surrounded by fawning women. They're not interested in a serious relationship.
Okay. We were just kind of wondering if you might know where we can find him.
Why would I know where he's at? I barely know him, and he probably doesn't even remember me.
Ugh, this is getting annoying. Shall we go ask someone else? I think she knows Rawat better than she cares to admit. If we leave now, it might be a wasted opportunity. Maybe, but we're not going to get much of her while she's in this state, are we? She's displaying symptoms common among people in love, if that's what you mean. But I know a cure.
I'm gonna shoot her with my fucking Cupid arrow.
It's curable?
How do you cure love?
Oh, we're still no closer to finding Mr. Rawat. Oh, by this point, he could be in grave danger.
Danger? Wait, why are you looking for him again?
Oh, that's right! The Marshal Phantom said that he's been targeted by some pretty bad people. We need to make sure she's safe.
What? How has this happened? He seemed fine when I last saw him, and that was only a couple of days ago. Just happened to run into him, of course.
Oh, I see. Well, do you have any thoughts on where he might be right now?
Okay, but this is purely out of concern for his safety. If he's not at the Institute, he might be at his mother's place.
Which is Celestia floating above my head to the right.
I heard she raised him alone, that they had it pretty tough financially, and these days she's housebound due to illness. He makes regular trips back home to check on her.
Oh, okay. Do you know the address?
No, sorry.
I only found out a thing about his mother because it came up in conversation once. I was just trying to find out more about him, you know, so I could get to know him better. When I told him I had a crush on him, I offered to help him take care of his mother. And yeah, maybe that was a stupid idea, but did he really have to yell at me for it? It's like, fine, I can take no for an answer, but what's with the temper tantrum? Unbelievable. These guys only want to show you their charming, well-groomed exterior. They can't stand it when a few home truths shine through.
Looks like her love syndrome is flaring up again. We need to find out Mr. Lurk's mother's address. Let's check with the marshals, the officers when we recruit. Cool, sounds like a plan.
Oh my god. Kazuha's just staring at her like, you need fucking help. You need help more than you know. Kazuha, please stop burning your eyes into the back of her head. Stop. He's like, I just wanted to look. You can look at me. You can look at me all you want. You can look at me in any way you want. Anyway. Hello! Don't... He auto-turned and faced me? What the fuck are you doing? Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Hey there, are you in Keep?
What kind of a name is that?
What do you want?
We're here to ask about Reward. Any idea where he might be? We were told you were pretty close with him.
Ha!
Close? Not sure that's the word I'd use. He wouldn't even let me use his patent.
Huh?
It's been a good few days since I last saw him. I don't know where he's at. Go ask someone else.
Would the patent in question happen to be related to the new skincare product he developed?
Yeah, kinda. Butterfly do, or whatever it calls it. I heard he made a tidy sum off of that one.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Keep going.
Most of the other researchers here focus on mechanics, energy, stuff like that. I get why he wouldn't be interested in having anything to do with them, but I'm studying coatings. There's a huge overlap in our areas of research. Why would he refuse to work with me?
Because then he would have to give you half of the sharings, like what I said earlier in the first part, to Sigewinne joining him.
I bought his product once, and noticed it contains a unique substance that might have applications in coatings too. If it worked out, I could probably make as much as he's making. Don't get me wrong, I had no intention of plagiarizing his work. I was hoping to get official permission to use his findings in my own research. Follow the proper procedure. It was all above board. I would have had to pay him a license fee and everything. But despite that, he turned me down not once, not twice, but 3 times. It's like he's vehemently opposed to the idea of anyone else making the kind of money he does.
Huh, so is Reward antisocial, or is this guy just jealous?
Maybe above both. Like I says, maybe both of the above, but it should be maybe a bit of both. I mean, it's the same thing, but it's worded funny.
Well, it doesn't look like we're gonna get any info about Reward's whereabouts from him. Let's go! Wait, 1 second. Mr. Auntie, next time you go shopping, you should buy some Bule fruits. Peel the skin, steep in water, then drink. It'll help calm your mood.
Huh? Yeah. Thanks.
Oh my god. He sounded like he did not give a shit about that.
Time to go.
Is it? It's under me, right? I like how it says under and now it's telling me I'm being attacked.
Time to go.
Oh jeez, it's probably in the fucking building up here. What am I being attacked by? I can't even see it. Kazuha's fast as fuck, boy. He don't have time for you. Oh, what the fuck? Go away, you fucking freak. Hold on, let me climb a wall for a minute. Maybe the sound of him moaning as he climbs a wall will make that thing go away. But what do you know? Hydrology research. I hear people talking and I don't see them. He just broke his wrist. Did you see that? Wrist break animation. I'm getting like really bad, horrible arthritis pains in the damn fucking my back. like my lower back and in my shoulders in the middle of my back, and it really fucking sucks. Just calm down. It actually worked. That was funny though.
Sorry to bother you, sir, but are you Bertram?
Who's asking?
The highest, best character in the whole game, me.
Just some concerned citizens helping out the Marechaussee Phantom with an investigation. We'd like to ask you about Rawat's whereabouts, if that's okay. We're told the two of you were pretty close.
Not anymore, we're not. Turns out we don't see eye to eye.
Oh yeah? What happened?
The thing about us researchers is, most of us do what we do for some sort of higher purpose, but not Rawat. All he cared about was how to commercialize his findings. He won't even let you work with him unless you sign a confidentiality agreement first. Also, he has better control over who gets which intellectual property rights. How are you supposed to get any meaningful research done working with a guy like that? Now that I've got my own technical solution for my compressor, I don't need to work with him anymore.
So that's what Rawat is really like. We'd still like to know where to find him. Is that something you can help us with?
Wait, you're... Yeah, I know you. You're the head nurse at the Fortress of Merope. Alright, then I'm happy to help you if I can. I respect the work you do. Medicine serves the highest purpose of all the sciences.
Wow, turns out Sigewinne's got some real clout.
Oh my god.
Thing is, I have no real way of knowing where he might be. I stopped working with him 2 months ago, and I've barely seen him since. But if you want my advice, I'd say go talk to the peddlers. There's a few he meets with every other day or so. Maybe they know where he's at.
Peddlers?
Yeah, back when I was working with him, I noticed he met with them quite often. Wouldn't surprise me if they were involved in some shady business together. Because it seemed like they went out of their way to avoid discussing anything in my presence. The little I overheard was about manufacturing and selling pharmaceutical drugs. Like I said, he's all about the money.
Drugs? Doesn't he work with skincare products? Do those count as drugs?
Who knows? I never cared to find out. He's the moral grubber, not me.
Thank you. You've given us plenty to work with.
Welcome. Goodbye. And may we both reach new heights in our scientific endeavors.
Oh my god.
Well, that's all for researchers. Let's head back to the meetup point.
The way he like turned and faced because of what the fuck. Please, what the fuck are you doing? You get those one Sims that are like, oh, he could do anything to me and I wouldn't care. No, I would be uncomfortable with that. I'd be like, please don't. I'll slap you. I will fucking punch you. Don't you dare do that. I don't care if you're attractive. I won't let you have your way.
I started out thinking Rawat was a handsome researcher with a friendly and cheerful personality. It's such a surprise to learn that his peers have a different impression of him.
It's probably not his real face. I bet you it's what it is. He was probably like really ugly or something, and he's like, I'm gonna make myself handsome because I got magic. Because I mean, this is what this whole story is focusing on, so it's like, makes you wonder, right?
So what's your view of him now, Paimon?
Stuck up piece of shit.
A handsome researcher whose difficult upbringing turned him into a profit chaser with a chip on his shoulder?
Or who maybe he acts that way because he wants the money to save his mother. They said his mother was ill, and she's his only parent, and she's bedridden, so maybe he only acts that way because he just wants to save her. If that's the case, I can understand it, considering my own mother is ill currently, so...
So your thoughts about his appearance haven't changed at all? Well, his looks are kind of a big deal. At least in Paimon's opinion. How does such a handsome guy end up being so antisocial? Even with his difficult family background. It just doesn't make any sense.
That's what I mean. That's what I was saying in part 1 to this. I was like... Well, it wouldn't be part 1, it's part 400 and whatever. My point is... Even just because someone is attractive doesn't mean that they don't have their own hardships, because they do. You think that because somebody's attractive that their life is easy, and you couldn't be farther from the fucking truth.
You can't judge a person solely based on their appearance.
Uh-huh. They could be like the hottest, sexiest person you've ever seen, and their life is fucking hell. So like, that's why I said you can't judge people like that.
Head nurse. Traveler. I assume you've spoken with the researchers. What did you find out?
Fucking nothing. You exchanged the intelligence you've gathered.
Bertram mentioned Rawat's involvement with some pharmaceutical merchants. Do you know if he's registered any pharmaceutical brands?
Since he was a whistleblower on such a huge case, I ran a background check on him. I don't remember there being any brands under his name.